When used properly, forcing a card can be one of the most powerful effects in Magic. It's an indispensable sleight for all card magicians. Now, in many books they reference doing a trick and forcing a card and using your favorite method. Well, here are 5 methods that are very good, very effective, and very deceptive, and yet easy to learn. Starting off with the crosscut force. We're going to use the Ace of Spades as our force card. That's going to be on top of the pack. Here's the way it works. You hand the spectator the deck of cards. Tell them to put it in their left hand, cut as many cards as they want onto the table. If you think they're going to give you problems, tell them between about 3 cards and 50 cards, so they don't just cut 1. You don't want that. You want at least, 3 or 4 up till 50. Have them cut the cards and then motion for them. Don't let them finish the cut yet. Tell them to take the other half and turn it 90 degrees and place it on top. Just like so. Now at this point, you're going to pause and you're going to use some time misdirection. You're going to patter for a few moments. You're going to talk about the fact they could have cut as many cards as they wanted, be it 5 or 30 or 40, and tell them, do a little estimation. Say you cut about 18 cards there. At this point, they'll have lost track of which half was which was the top, which was the bottom. So you're going to point back down, you're going to take off the top half, but in reality this was before the bottom half, and point to the card that looks like it was in the middle. This is actually the Ace of Spades. Just give it a tap or two and have them take their force card and look at it, at which point you force the Ace of Spades. That's the crosscut force. The next force we're going to learn is the topsy-turvy force. Once again, the force card is going to be on top of the pack. The way this one works is you're going to hold the deck of cards in your left hand in mechanics grip. You can keep your left forefinger in front or place it curled underneath the pack to provide support because you're going to riffle down with your left thumb. Here's what this force looks like at speed. Go ahead, say stop whenever you want. They say stop. You say go ahead, take your card. Now this seems a very straightforward cut and looks a little risky, but at speed it's very deceptive and disarming. You're going to simply riffle down. As soon as you riffled and they say stop, your right hand is going to approach palm up. You're going to allow the top half to revolve onto the right hand, and using your left fingers underneath, revolve it into the right hand and move forward immediately and push forward the top card. So all you're doing is they say stop, revolve, push forward, you forced the Ace of Spades. Next up, we're going to learn the Hindu shuffle force, forcing the bottom card. So go ahead and place your force card on the bottom. And let me show you a Hindu shuffle. The Hindu shuffle is when the deck is held in the right hand palm down, using the right thumb and right middle finger, right at the edges, just like so. So you can see the positioning. The left hand is going to grab using the forefinger, middle finger, and left thumb, and pull off chunks of cards, and also the ring finger. And you're just going to let them drop into your hand. Now the way this one works is you're going to just take off little packets of cards. These are all coming off the top, notice. Tell them whenever they want to say stop. When they go stop, I recommend going, are you sure, right here? They'll say yes, at which point you turn your right hand palm up. All you're doing is exposing the bottom card, the card that was always on the bottom. So there really is no movement here. It's just a matter of the shuffle looking very deceptive in terms of they don't know where the cards are actually coming from. They say stop. You go, right here, you sure? They go, yeah. They've had just that little moment of time misdirection. The card looks like it's coming right out of the middle. It's very deceptive. The next force we're going to learn is the riffle force. Now for the riffle force, you're going to take your force card, and if it's on top, what you're going to want to do here is cut it any way that you like into the middle. I recommend a swing cut, which is simply holding the cards from above in middle grip, bringing your right forefinger to the upper left edge, lifting it up, releasing your middle finger, and taking the cards into your left hand, right in the crotch of your thumb. Place the other cards on top, catching a pinky break above the Ace of Spades. Now the way this force works is slightly based on timing. You're going to riffle down the sides and tell them to say stop whenever they want. Now you want to make sure they say stop before they reach the Ace of Spades. So you might want to cut it down within the bottom third. That way you're safe. Go ahead and tell them whenever you want to say stop. Now if they say stop right here, notice this is where they've said stop, but the break is still down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say right here, and at that point, here's a behind view. I'm going to simply pick up all the cards above the break, and you have one of 2 options. When you pick up all the cards, you can either hand them the force card, or you can cut it to the top and hand it to them. Either way, here's what it looks like at speed. Go ahead, say stop, right there, great. So it's that quick motion of pulling away with your left hand that they can't see that you're actually taking more cards or less cards than they stopped you on. You're actually stopping right at your pinky break for your force card. The fifth force we're going to learn is the slip cut. Now here's how the slip cut works. Once again, it's going to be very similar to the riffle force in the sense that you're going to riffle down the side. However, the force card is going to be on top of the pack. So the way this one works is you want to turn a little bit to your right for this one, because you don't want them to see from behind. You don't want them to see this angle. So you're going to riffle down, and when they say stop, you're going to do a few things at once here. Here's an exposed view. Your middle, ring, and pinky are going to clamp down on the top card. Your other fingers from your right hand are going to go into biddle grip and grab the top packet from above. And they're going to pull it straight up. But due to the friction with your middle, ring, and pinky of your left hand, they're going to pull away, and notice the top card gets brought down onto the bottom half. Now here's what this looks like at speed. Go ahead, say stop, just like so. I'm slip cutting the top card into the middle to where they said. Now there's different ways to force the card. You could say, go ahead, say stop. They say stop. Now you can do a slip cut at this point. You're slip cutting and revolving your hand saying the 7 of clubs. Oh, I saw that one. Go ahead, take the next one, and you're pushing forward the forced card. A method that I prefer is to riffle down. They say stop. You do the slip cut. Okay, so here's a non-exposed view. Go ahead, say stop. Okay, right there. And you're going to slip cut, and then using your middle and ring finger, out jog the card for half its length and have them pull it out. So at speed, it looks like they go ahead, say stop. Right here, great. Take that card. Very deceptive. These forces are tried and true. They are very, very good to use in the real world environments. They'll serve you well.